Hello everyone, my name is Ibrahim Ahmed and my supervisor is Dr. Musab, and this is my progress video, and my topic for my FYP is online fault detection and diagnosis for a process unit. Just a quick recap of my FYP topic is basically I will have to develop a fault detection system, and this fault detection system will be developed for a process unit that I will be building. In this diagram, I basically show the basic elements of the process unit. I have the sensor, the actuator, and also the controlled process that I will be explaining in this presentation. I also have the other part, which include, like, for example, in my case, the controller, which is the Arduino, and also I have the PC to get and to save the data. So for my objective, first of all, I will have to design and build the process unit in which I will develop the fault detection system for. After building it, I will have to get data from the process. This data will be later used to train the neural network fault detection system. After training the neural network, I will have to test the ability of the trained fault detection system, and lastly just to construct it and to construct it and build it in the lab. So maybe I will transform what I have done to the laboratory for educational purposes. As I said, I will start with the design phase. After the design phase, I will have the building phase, which I already been done these two parts. Later, I will have data collection, which I'm currently doing right now. After I finish the data collection, I will start training my neural network, and finally, as I said, complete process development in the lab or something. If I would transform it to the lab. Those are some picture I took from the process. In the right hand side, the picture here show the physical side of the process, which is basically the controlled process, including the sensor, the actuator, the tank, the pipe, and so on. The left hand side is show the controller, which is Arduino Omega over here. I also have another Arduino to control the mixer. I have a power supply and the relay. Those are the four kind of sensor that I used to build my process. I have the level sensor over here. I have five temperature sensors. I am also using five flow sensors, and finally I have a pH sensor. One of the main problem that I faced during the my FYB is to control the process, or specifically to control the flow, which I have to purchase like a very expensive control valve. So I had to DIY my own control valve. So this is a small video demonstrating how my control valve is actually working. So I have a servo that go from 0 to 180 degree. This servo actually control the opening of this valve, so it control it from 0, which is fully closed, to 90 degree, which is fully open. uh, Next, I will have to show you a video taking from my process over here. So I will go through it very quickly because of time limit. So basically, I have to start the process. This page, actually, this program show the serial monitor. So first of all, I will have to enter the input data, which is basically the flow of each pipe, and also the temperature, and also the level required in the reactor. So after I enter all the data, I have to start the process. The process will go through different startup stages. The first startup stages, as we can see right here, is filling up the reactor. The reactor will be filled up until a specific level that was entered in the beginning of the process, which is 13 centimeter. After the reactor is filled, the output valve will be opened, and also the another valve from a mixer over here, which I have a mixer with a cooling water that will be mixed with the product from the reactor. Both of them will be filling up the mixer until a certain level. After the level is reached, the output or the product valve will be opened. After that, I'm basically like I reach like a steady state in which each flow and each variable in the process is controlled. So I don't have to do anything. The process is controlled fully by the Arduino and the control valve. So during that, as you can see, I can get the data. I basically have 12 input data from 12 different sensors. This data will be read and it will be sent to MATLAB. I already developed a MATLAB code that will show the data and will draw them in different graphs. So after I get the data in the training stage, I will be applying the fault and I will get the data from this fault, and this data will be later be used to train the model. So lastly, this is a Gantt chart that show my progress. I had some problems, which is during the lockdown, I developed the control valve. I purchased some things from China and so on, but because of COVID, I have a big delay in which during the lockdown I couldn't get my control valves. I couldn't print it in university, so I had to wait until they open at approximately 12th of May. Then I have to print them outside, and after I print them, I start purchasing the equipment, which probably it took some time because of this pandemic. And then as you can see, I took like approximately a month to build the process and also to control it, like build the program, build the process, calibrate each sensor and each control valve. And I'm anticipating that in this week and by the end of next week I finish with collecting the data, and hopefully I can finish with developing the neural network and just complete my writing. So that's it for me. Thank you so much.